Hello, my name is Mark Fleming, and I am a dentist and a transition consultant with Paragon. Today I'll be talking about the Progressive Ownership Program. The Progressive Ownership Program, or POP, is a three-stage transition process by which equal co-ownership is accomplished. This is done by means of three predefined buy-in points that are triggered by specific production-related events. The three stages of POP are Stage 1, pre-commitment, Stage 2, pre-ownership and acquisitions, and Stage 3, co-ownership. Stage 1 is a short-term period that allows the doctors to get to know each other better, without the hindrance of contractual covenants or financial restrictions. During Stage 1, the associate is compensated based on a simple no-strings-attached per diem rate. Either the host or the associate can simply say no during this free look period and go their separate ways without any penalties or restrictions. Or the parties mutually agree to proceed to Stage 2 of POP. Stage 2 marks a transition from associate to an equal co-owner of the practice and is really where POP begins. Stage 2 commences when the host and associate sign a comprehensive ownership acquisition agreement. A few of the major provisions of the ownership acquisition agreement are: associate compensation is now based on collective production of the associate. Restrictions against the associate for competing with or damaging the practice. Penalties imposed on each party for not fulfilling the obligations of the agreement. And production requirements of the associate prior to being eligible for co-ownership. One concern that many hosts have is they do not like the idea of an associate being able to acquire ownership until the associate proves that he or she will be productive. This is not an issue with POP. The associate is not allowed to acquire ownership until specific production requirements have been achieved. First, the associate is not permitted to acquire any ownership for at least 12 months after Stage 2 begins. This requirement ensures that the sale of an ownership interest will be taxed at the more favorable long-term capital gains tax rates. Next, there are three separate and distinctive acquisition points that are specifically defined in the agreement. Each time the associate reaches an acquisition point, the associate is eligible to acquire a 1/3 share towards equal co-ownership of the practice. The first acquisition point is achieved once the associate has reached a production level that is 25% of the host's production level and has maintained this production level for at least 3 consecutive months. The second acquisition point is achieved once the associate has reached a production level that is 50% of the host's production level and again maintained this for at least 3 consecutive months. The third and final acquisition point is achieved once the associate has reached 75% of the host production level and again has maintained this for at least 3 consecutive months. The ownership acquisition agreement allows 2 ways that these predefined acquisition points can be changed. 1, by mutual agreement of the doctors, or the associate is automatically eligible for equal co-ownership after 5 years of service to the practice. This brings us to Stage 3 of the Progressive Ownership Program. Stage 3 is automatically triggered when the associate acquires the first co-ownership interest. Stage 3 also triggers the execution of the practice operating agreement. Since all 3 acquisition points in Stage 2 probably will occur over several years, the operating agreement and the acquisition agreement are both in effect simultaneously. However, in the unlikely event that the agreements conflict, the operating agreement always prevails. The operating agreement establishes the formal rules and regulations of the practice owners, such as provider compensation, management responsibilities, practice profit distributions, owner's retirement, dissolving the relationship, ownership termination, ownership redemption, settlement of disputes, addition of new owners, death or disability of an owner, non-productive owners, and many more critical issues. The provisions of the operating agreement can't be changed without the unanimous vote of all practice owners. This prevents a doctor from taking advantage of the others, thus ensuring long-term win-win relationships. Once the associate becomes a fully equal co-owner, the acquisition agreement automatically terminates, and the operating agreement becomes the only agreement in effect between the parties. That's a very quick look at POP, a creative, carefully planned, turnkey transition program designed exclusively for the dental profession. POP allows the transition process to evolve naturally at a pace that is productive, profitable, and stress-free for the doctors and the staff. To find out more, contact Paragon today. Paragon Dental Practice Transitions is a national network of many individuals who play a significant role in each transition. Dentists, attorneys, accountants, and healthcare administrators. We have consultants like myself in your local area ready to help you with your practice search. Contact Paragon today and schedule your complimentary consultation. No obligation, just an extremely worthwhile education. For more information, visit our website at www.paragon.us.com or contact us by email at info@paragon.us.com or toll free at 866-898-1867.